Here we go then, everybody. Thanks for joining us. We're here now. We move into the knockout stages of the tournament. Leg one here. It's going to be Korea versus Sri Lanka in the plate semi-final. So the bottom half of the women's 8 will be battled out between Korea, Sri Lanka and Thailand, Singapore in the next game, playing off the 5th, 6th, 7th and 8th. After that, it'll be Thailand versus Singapore, Japan versus Kazakhstan. Sorry, and Hong Kong versus China. Hong Kong, China, that's shaping up to be a big one. Kazakhstan, Japan.
The women from Korea and Sri Lanka.
Here they come then. Knockout time, everybody. No quarterfinals in this series. We've removed the quarterfinals. Straight into the semis, top and bottom, plate cup semis. And the Koreans, we keep saying it, they've made gradual improvements across their season or two on the series. It's good to see progress being made. Sri Lanka, probably amongst the biggest improvers if you compare to probably 3 seasons ago, where they really battled and just lack some of the basic sort of understanding or skills. Now they are highly competitive, combative, take a lot of pride in what they do on the field. Good defenders, got some real speedsters. There is one of the players to watch. First scrum of the game then. Be a Sri Lankan feed with Ayesha, the ball in her hand. The players are exceptionally deep. Sri Lanka go in for the first try of the match after a minute and a half. From that scrum, just skirting round the outside was Dulani. Super speedster. It was a good drawn pass. You know, you've seen many teams just make a real mess of that. And that's how you do it.
Well, they will cause the Korean women a lot of trouble today in Sri Lanka. Although they do cover the ground well, the Koreans, it'll be like grasping at ghosts once these Sri Lankan girls get a flow on. There's usually not much standing between them and the goal line. Super play. Good support work from Korea.
This is Kim Yuri. These teams will both have an eye on 5th spot, won't they? No one wants to come 8th, so winning this game, crucial. Korea with just the...
Oh, Lee's done well there.
I don't think they've had a win on the series so far. They had a very good performance in Korea last year against Singapore. Scored a couple of tries. They hadn't scored a try even until that moment. And this is a team that you can see improving all the time.
Well, that's true. And that's the point, isn't it? I mean, we asked yesterday whether copping a flogging was worth anything or not. And you've got to be better for it in some ways. And when we say that this Korean outfit have improved, they really have come on leaps and bounds. In 18 months, they've made some massive improvements in their skills.
That's right. They scored 2 tries against Thailand yesterday, so they did get whomped by Japan, but that's excusable. Look at this. Dulani again going for a second. She's too quick. A sweeping try. Great movement down the field. I think I saw a little knock on there, Jed. I'm going to call it. As she put that ball down, she looked hesitant.
You'd like to bring that one back, would you, Boo?
She looked a bit sheepish after she dotted it down. I don't know. Might have just dropped that last centimetre.
Lovely line from the Sri Lankan runner. But again, look, on the surface of it, Korea pretty much had them marked off. It was just that lack of awareness of the player that's shaping up to come back. And Lee, well, she squared off because she thought the ball was coming back on the inside. She's off task now, and the space is right there. Brilliant presence of mind by the Sri Lankan players to know where it is. And the Koreans are only a yard and a half off the pace. Give them another. I'm trying to distract you from that, Grant.
It was just a couple of millimetres. It was her reaction after it happened that caught my eye. She looked a bit sheepish, looked up to see if the ref had seen it. Anyway, she deserves it. Good on her. 2 for her. Good to see her.
It's in the great big book.
It's in the great big book of rugby. It's gone down as a try. High tackle. Oh, that's just unnecessary. You know. If you're just tuning in to watch the first bit of women's sevens rugby ever, you might be surprised at the high levels of aggression, brutality, and just, you know, good-natured smashing each other around. It's not what you might first think of when you think of Asian women getting involved and just scragging each other all day for 2 days, but they do go hard. Every single team in this comp, they're fierce defenders. They take a lot of pride in their defensive line. They like putting in the big hits. Here come the Sri Lankans again down that flank, and this time Sanjiwani De Silva gets just shoved over the line there. She had a good run down this other flank moments ago, setting up Dulani's second try. Haven't seen much of her in this tournament. It's getting a rare start. The underarm throw doesn't look straight, no.
We can just see from the Korean body language where they're at the moment. 4 games into this tournament, 2 extraordinarily hot days. And they've been on the end of some brutal treatment. No wonder the old shoulders are just sitting a little bit further forward. The heads are hanging a wee bit. But who knows? Oh, the difference a try can make.
Here's Dulani. Spin out of this and go around the outside. Sure, she'll try. Big tackle coming in from Seo.
It's good work by Lee.
He's there for the steal.
Terrific stuff. Now they want to find Guan here if they can. Number 7 in your picture. They can put her in a lane. She is good to go. Great work.
Oh, look at that. Seo.
Go on, have a go, girl.
Good covering.
Great stuff. Korea can make it. And they do.
That's fantastically finished by Yang. And look, I think that's just their 5th try in 2 seasons of trying. And so each one of those is like gold. It just boosts the confidence and keeps them going, trying harder. because it feels good.
Well, they're a remarkable rugby nation, the Koreans. Lee's conversion attempt wide of the mark, but they, well, registered on paper, they've got so few human resources. But by gee, they've got some wonderful athletes. Fast, aggressive. Look at that.
And very staunch too, if you consider.
Oh, they're staunch, there's no doubt about it.
The men, they've got huge pride levels. Something like just 2,000 registered players, senior players in Korea, and to be ranked sort of mid-20s, might be up about in the 30s right now, but it's quite, as you say, remarkable. Lack of infrastructure, funding, respect for overseas coaches, but trial and error from that standpoint. But if they could get it right, one of their recent coaches, Mr. Johnny Walters, said he called them the Polynesians of Asia. Said in terms of physicalness, body type,
they're incredibly explosive. Absolutely, no doubt about it. Well, the Polynesians of Asia, they've been called the Italians of Asia too. They've been known to throw the odd wobbly or two. Yeah, Korean brothers and sisters, they get red-faced. By comparison, very, very emotional beings.
Good energy from Big Dan, the stadium announcer. Magical choice of tunes and good cadence. Just keeps everybody in the game. Sri Lanka 14, Korea 5. Forward pass, but they were offside. Hang on. Maybe the ref should have like a laser pointer for these, you know, penalties, so they can point at it instead of having to run over to the spot. Get a little laser pointer out. It gives them a circle, 1 meter diameter. Within that circle, you will tap the ball. And stop waiting for referees to get back and mark the spot.
Grant, I don't know if you've ever been told, but you're a wonderful innovator of the game. It seems that you're wasted here in the commentary box.
I do see issues though with everyone bringing one of those pointers to the game, and
well, we get a hell of an after party.
2 dozen circles on the ground.
Great ball from Sri Lanka. Tremendous passing. Oh, Lee is going to get pinged for the high shot there.
Good hands, isn't it? Wide passing, but no one's really coming onto it until now. Trying to get around the outside was Anusha. Lee was having none of that. Here we go, there's a gap. Thanuja tries to exploit it. Closed up pretty quick though.
Gee whiz, they're not going to go quietly, Korea, are they? They're not about to shut up shop. They're just going to make every inch of this paddock difficult for Sri Lanka.
Yep.
That's a terrific commitment by both those Korean players still.
It's a Malachi crunch. Witnessed on happy days.
Sri Lankans, though, just showing some beautiful skills, particularly from the set piece. 3 passes in a row really set up that attack.
I'm going to go out there, Jed, and say we'll see South Korea's first win in the ladies over this series. 2 more legs after this. It may be the 7th and 8th playoff, but that will signal a big improvement and reaching the next step for them.
I think you're right, Boozer. I think you're right. They're going to take someone out this season, and that'll be the goal for sure.
Singapore, Thailand, the other.
Well, Thailand's starting to make moves, as we've said already in the tournament. Their form of the Asian Games showed that their ceiling has certainly gone up a little bit.
Yeah, we used to say 3 years ago we will be seeing their first win soon, and sure enough, some of their greatest matches have been against Hong Kong over the last couple of seasons.
Korean players are slow on the ball. That's just a lack of experience, lack of game smarts. Gone a little bit stiff about how she was playing. Didn't know whether she should go on or not. Took a good look at it. Sizable weapon and number 1 for the Korean women team.
Down in the in-goal area, you'll see Rocky Elsom, Adrian Garvey, turned herself from an international for Hong Kong, 7s and 15s, taken up the whistle.
She's gone to the dark side.
Wait. Time on.
Putting something back into the game instead of just take pies and curries and Gatorades. Here come the Koreans. Can they get another try here? They look good. Oh, Lee gets clattered by, who was that? It was Dulani. Dulani come up and stop the try, but there's still a chance here for Korea. They're over the line.
Go on.
They are in for their second try. We've got a game on here, folks. What a fantastic moment. Another confidence booster for them.
Well, ball spread. She is a finisher. Go on. I might have criticised her before for being a bit vague at the breakdown, but then again, that's what wingers are on the paddock for. But she's got a good turn of pace, strong run up, and Lee can't nail the conversion. Probably no surprise to see Lee at the bottom of that breakdown. Guan and Lee have paired off on the same side of the pitch for the whole game. So an all-important restart here for Korea. Lee will want to be bang on target. It's not a bad one either. Oh, that's a beauty. Great work from the number 2 Korea, Yuri Kim. Oh, fantastic hands right there. Nice work from Korea. Can they keep it alive? Guan again. Oh, they're off to the races.
Whoa!
Korea.
Didn't think we'd see it this early, Jen.
Well, who can really tell for sure? But what about that one? With the kick to come. Well, heavens. Sri Lanka must be scratching their heads at the moment, wondering what's gone wrong.
That's right. It's going to be time for a restart and not much more. And will this be the first and famous victory. Korean woman on the circuit. Kick is away, so it's just a one-pointer. Now Sri Lanka will throw everything here. Have to defuse the restart first of all.
Well, do you compete? I think we compete. Go short, flood the receiver.
Lee looks keen for another one.
I think so. Long play.
That's smart.
Send him downtown. Righto. Good tackle from Kim. They're looking feisty, aren't they, the Koreans? And look out, danger territory. Sri Lanka go wide.
They can certainly go 80, can't they, the Sri Lankans?
Absolutely no doubt about it, Boots. And they can go 80 like that. Looming mismatch, Kim.
Oh, the line's broken.
You'll have to get there. Showing a bit.
Unbelievable.
Great finish for Sri Lanka. We're going to see that one from Korea, but it's not going to be today. Oh, Wasana.
Well, you got to admire that, don't you, from Sri Lanka. They didn't want the ignominious honour of being the first team to lose to Korea on the circuit. There's nothing romantic about that. And they have gone 90 metres. Holy smokes. And the bench was going crazy down here. They knew what that meant. And they pulled that one out of the fire jet.
Well, ultimately, the choice of the restart to go long played into Sri Lanka's hands. They are long-range specialists. If that put some pressure on the receiver, they might have seen a different story. But Sri Lanka triumphantly cover the ground, score the winning try, beat Korea 21-15. Game over. More action to come. The final score, as you can see, 21-15. What a nail biter. Congratulations, Korea. Hold your heads up high. That was a tremendous effort. And still Hong Kong bathed in an uncomfortable heat at the moment as the typhoon warnings get closer and closer to the island. Not troubling the